Welcome, guys, to another episode of Comics with Bonics. Today, we're going to be talking about Near Mint Sundays. It's a Southern California comic book show, and it's built truly for collectors. And today, we're going to have a few clips of two special guests to talk about the details of the show. And if you guys are interested in what you see in Near Mint Sundays, there is another Near Mint Sunday show coming up in less than 2 weeks at the release of this video. The date of the show is June 8th, 2024. It's a Saturday, and it's going to be going on from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. The information of the show will be in the description. With that, let's get to the video. Hey guys, we are out and about. We're going to be talking to a special guest today, and we are visiting Pineapple's Barbershop, and we're going to talk to a special guest. His name is CJ the Barber. He's going to tell us about Near Mint Sundays. So let's go on in and see what info he has to give us. CJ, thanks for taking the time, man.
What's up, man? For sure. That's good.
All right, so I want to talk to you about Near Mint Sundays. What is it?
Dude, Near Mint Sundays is remember that poker game we went to? So, I got challenged to start the show, and I literally take 30 plus vendors. We put them in a room 10,000 square feet, and it's comic books only. So, no signings, no merchandise, books only. 100% digging.
That's so crazy you brought that up. I actually was thinking about that. When we first met, it was like end of 2021. We met at a comic book poker game, and you even told me like, hey, you had this idea for a show. You were kind of like unsure at first. You told me, you were like, I'm not sure if it's gonna work out. So what were you thinking at the time? Like, did you have any idea it was gonna be a success?
No. I thought it was gonna be like, you host a party, you tell all your friends to come in high school, and then you're just hoping everybody shows up. You're like, please show up, please, I hope somebody shows up. And the response has been overwhelming. I did not realize that we had such a strong community in Orange County, in this area, and that people would come from LA, San Diego, and when I hear about the problems that collectors have at cons, I thought it was just a grind. I didn't think it was something that needed an event.
Yeah.
And I was shown differently. We need this event.
So, by you mentioning that, what makes it different, in my opinion, is the integrity of the show. Can you explain what some of the things you put in place as far as integrity goes for the show?
Okay. Near Mint Sundays was constructed around the complaints and issues that collectors have. 100%. And if we're listening with our ears open, we're listening to community, that list is very clear cut and short. 1, cons are expensive to attend. 2, dealers have con prices, which makes books unobtainable. 3, we have people digging and looking at books before attendees, which I have to question the ethics and integrity about that. And especially if you're a dealer. There are other avenues for them to do it. This avenue is to help collectors build what they love.
Yeah.
End of story. And so, no, that's all we did. We brought a show on the weekend. We made it free. We gave free parking. We made fees low so dealers could in turn give you better deals, and they're not so having to be concerned with making their money back.
Yeah.
So, all together cohesively.
Yeah. So you made it free. Mm-hmm. You made the parking free. Mm-hmm. And the one rule is probably the most controversial. You just kind of touched on it, but I want to kind of elaborate a little bit more. Is there's no dealer digging in other dealers' boxes. You're keeping the priority to the collectors that are waiting outside for the show to open, for them to have first dibs. Can you explain the thought process on that?
It's simple. I mean, we see it all the time, right? We see it all the time. There's always someone that snuck into the con. Like, okay, you go to a con, right? And you're the first person at the door. How are there people inside still? how did there people in line before? Wait, I'm first. Wait a minute, I'm so confused. So it leaves a bad taste in their mouth.
Yeah.
And it stinks because you're supposed to have these events for the collector, and in the end, they're the ones that are getting the butt end of the deal, always drawing the short stick, and that's not right. That's not right. And I've been hated about it.
Yeah. Well, you definitely wear a lot of hats. I feel like this show is for the collector, and as somebody that gets a lot of feedback from other collectors that go up to my booth, because I am a vendor at your booth, and I see a lot of collectors come in and they say how much they appreciate that they get first dibs on some of the boxes. I can't say that it's an awesome role.
Yeah.
So we're about less than 2 weeks away. How are you feeling?
Excited, nervous. There are a lot of shows.
Yeah.
There are a lot of shows everywhere, so it's great. I think it's great. I think it's great for the community. If so I'm excited as always.
Nice.
And thank you to everybody, because I wouldn't have the show if everybody see, I wouldn't have this show if you didn't take the chance and just show up. Because it could have been the total opposite. No one could. Zero.
We even bombed. We even talked about it when you first thought about the show. It's like, is anybody going to show up? Hey, you won't know unless you try.
So,
all right, bro. Yeah. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Big thanks to CJ for talking with us about Near Mint Sundays. Such an awesome job that he and his team were able to do with the show. Truly a comic book show that's for the collector. We have one more special guest, and this special guest, you've probably heard of him. He is Mickey from Swagglehaus Comics. He will be giving his testimonial from his clips of his YouTube videos. So he definitely has some experience with visiting Near Mint Sundays. The current clip that you guys are currently seeing here is when Mickey is interviewing collectors at the show here at Near Mint Sundays. He is very famous for interviewing collectors as well as dealers and getting their thoughts on the comic book market. Let's go ahead and hear what Mickey has to say about Near Mint Sundays.
Today. Spent about $350 at a local comic show called Near Mint Sundays. Had a lot of fun, picked up a lot of really cool keys. Wasn't able to film as much as I wanted to because it was only a one-day show. Normally I would like to put together like a montage for you guys, but I do have a cool video coming out tomorrow where I talk to a lot of people at the show, so stay tuned for that one. But in this video, I'm going to show you guys the books I picked up and talk about why I got them and talk about my overall feelings on the show. Near Mint Sundays, if you're ever in the Southern California area, definitely worth checking out, definitely worth going. A lot of more like mom and pop vendors. Obviously there's some big vendors there as well, but there's a lot of people that are just kind of collectors / part-time dealers that can really offer competitive prices for a lot of their inventory. And it was interesting to talk to a lot of people at the show. Obviously great conversations, always great seeing people out there. But I generally felt there was enthusiasm. It was definitely a good turnout. There were a lot of people looking to buy.
Well, you heard it, folks. You heard it from Swagglehaus himself. Near Mint Sundays is the comic book show to go if you're in Southern California. And we have an upcoming show in less than 2 weeks. It is on June 8th, 2024, and it's on a Saturday from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Admission is free and parking is free, so you have a ton of money to be able to shop for comic books. Here is a list of all of the vendors that will be at this upcoming show. If you guys come on by to my booth, you'll see the big logo, Comics with Bonics. Come on by for some great prices. And even if you're not buying, come on by just to say hi. Well, with that, guys, I want to say thank you for watching this video. Hope you enjoy. If you're new here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And if you enjoyed this content, go ahead and hit the like button. I'll have Near Mint Sundays as well as CJ the Barber and Swagglehaus Comics. All of their information will be in the description. With that, guys, I want to thank you for joining me here on Comics with Bonics. And as always, I want to encourage you to collect your passion. We'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.